this frequency, this energy. Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah.
Energy coming from the cosmos. Knowledge of yourself is the key for lost souls. Too many perish from it. I be like Fred Sanford, calling you a big dummy. You got big money, so what? Who cares? Currency is energy, it's all something we have. However, back to the basics. This vibe is too high for you to try and take.
Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? This frequency. Where did this energy come from? Yeah. These vibes are high. This energy, this frequency makes you feel crazy.
This frequency.
These vibes so right make you feel so free. This frequency, this energy. Where did this energy come from?
Live.
Where did this energy come from? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we most definitely live. I gotta take this banner off, but we live, y'all.
Hey, y'all. You saying
Where did this
blessings.
energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? Where did this
In the building, y'all. We got the relationship goals and health and wellness. We always gonna talk about health and wellness when it comes to aftermath. That's what we're gonna talk about. Health and wellness, because that's always a major goal. But anybody, I feel, health and wellness, you gotta be healthy. Hey, I love this song.
Where did this energy come from?
It's freezing, y'all, but we gonna get it. We gonna it's about to go down. Go ahead and say what you gonna say, Tamar. I'm about to turn this off in a minute. I'm trying to get this off of here.
Can y'all hear me? Oh, y'all can hear us? Y'all can hear me. Greetings, everyone. Is working on the visual.
It's really like freezing, but yeah.
That's okay, because we're going to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade my phone. We have these little difficult
It's day to day, y'all. So we're gonna be technical difficulties and everything over here. I'm sorry. Hey,
but see, when the sister get her coins up, she'll be able to upgrade her phone, and I'll be able to go live. So if you have some technical difficulties
on your
I'll
phone,
be live. Oh, this phone is true. And I'm not trying to buy another phone. I'm tired of buying. I know.
Where did this energy come from?
So I guess I can. Here we go. We live, y'all.
Okay.
And then we're gonna turn the music off. But I love this. Where the energy come from, y'all?
Where does this energy come from?
Where
Came
did
from
this
all of
energy
us.
come
Mm.
from?
The yin and the yang, the positive and the negative, the balance and the imbalance.
Mm.
So we want to have some energy that's going to keep us striving and growing and growing and doing and learning and loving and raising our vibration to a higher
That's
energy.
beautiful. I love that. Yes, yes. And it's still
So,
going, y'all, but it's gonna cut off. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna
okay,
cut off. But we live, y'all. We
we're
see
live. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there. I want to talk about relationship goals, and
there we
I would
go.
like to talk about health and wellness. But first, I want to do a couple of PSAs, public service announcements. One is janitorial, Gray's Janitorial. If y'all are looking for any type of cleaning, Hosh, can you give them a little
Commercial.
info?
We do commercial cleaning. So but we will do other things depending on what those things are. But we do commercial cleaning, waxing, floors, strip and wax, carpet cleaning, commercial, raised janitorial properties. We do all of that, but we don't do any homes, but we will do homes to apartment buildings and things like that. So, but we really do commercial, which is business cleaning, more offices and things like that. We've been in business for 10 years now, about going on 11 doing Gray's Janitorial. So, but like I said, we do wax, we do buff wax, stripper wax, whatever y'all need on top of the regular cleaning, which is the Gray's Janitorial, which is just regular cleaning. I don't know, toilets, taking trash out, whatever y'all need. Even if it's just taking trash, whatever you need, Gray's Janitorial Properties. And also Yoel's Business Center, she's redoing. I got a lot of things going on. I also do notary. I do travel and notary. I do notaries. I travel to do notary if you need notary, a notary. Also, we have Yoel's, but that is being vamped. We are doing something different with that, so we'll talk about that soon. Just stay tuned.
Hey, thank you very kindly. And I want to shout out a couple of events that's taking place this month. My daughter, named Malika Walford, she has spinal bifida. I don't know if anybody knows what spinal bifida is, but you
I
can
know.
Google it. I don't have time to go through it. But she is coming away from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to throw this event, which is October the 28th. I'm going to read it. It's called Cooking for a
Let
Cause,
me put that in there.
Supporting Spinal Bifida Awareness. It's called the Taste Test, which is Saturday, October the 28th, 2023, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's at the Candler Event Hall. Yeah, I squint and I don't wear glasses, but I'll be drinking
You
my eye
need to.
bright and I'll be looking at the sun. It's just my vision for reading, but overall, I got very good vision. I tried glasses, but they gave me headaches. I
So
tried
let
like
me
3 different
put this in here for
prescriptions.
people. So you said it's called Taste Test?
It's called the Taste Test.
The Taste Test.
Yeah, the Taste Test, which
This
is
slow.
September which is Saturday, October the 28th, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. She can get it after I get finished reading it to y'all.
Yeah, I'll post it in here. Yeah.
It's at the Candler Event Hall, which is 11 Village Square, Cincinnati, Ohio 45246. Free entry. The dress code is business casual. I don't know what that means, but
That means just not coming in there with white shirts or pants hanging down your ass, shit like
okay.
that.
So this
I'm
event will be live as we will be recording the Voice of the Voiceless, which is her podcast.
gonna post that in here.
First
Just send me
live
that.
open discussion is on spinal bifida. There will be guest speakers followed by a slideshow with games and prizes, complimentary wine and champagne, $20 all you can eat. Food tickets will be available at the dinner. Please reserve by October the 1st. But you can still reserve. So this is her event that's coming up.
Okay, so
And then
can you send me that so I can post that in here? I'll post it. When is it? The 28th? I'll post it
yes, the
tomorrow morning.
28th.
Okay. I'll post it sometime tomorrow.
Okay, and the next thing I want to talk about is the brother Yaki Awakening. He's a herbalist and a biochemist, and he has some more things under his belt. But he's coming to the Duke Energy Center, the Junior Ballroom B, um, on. Well, I don't even got the date on here. Oh, okay, it's 11. It's November 11th, from 11 to. I don't have all the information. I had the flyer, but anyway, it's roots and seeds and oils, and CPAC, which is the Cincinnati Pan African Coalition, are bringing the brother Yaki here November the 11th. You can go online to Roots and Seeds or either the Cincinnati Pan African Coalition and get more information. He will be here November the 11th. Y'all come and support, and I will be there too. Opening up. I will be doing something. I'm not gonna tell everything, but I'll be
say
there.
what you're doing. You saying what everybody else
It's gonna
doing.
be
You
on the
gotta say
fly.
what
It's
you're
gonna be on
doing.
the flyer. So
Okay.
stay tuned for the flyer, but I'll be there supporting my family, my tribe, my brother. So that's it for the PSAs. I'm gonna shout out a few little businesses towards the end. But my subject today is relationship goals.
Mm.
So I'm basically going to be doing the asking. I'm going to be doing a little talking, getting a little bit of people's advice, opinions, and experience being in relationships. So I would like to speak from my experience being in a relationship. I was young, and most young relationships when you're 14, 15, 16, it's kind of like infatuation because you really don't have a guide on relationships. So we are learning as we go along. And then we take maternal instinct, we take feminine instinct, we take emotions, we take what we seen our parents, our parent, uncles and aunts and sisters, older sisters and brothers. We watch what they go through, and we take that and we try to build a relationship. When you're building a relationship at 16, 17, 18 years old, you really don't know what you're doing. But you have to start somewhere. It's like a baby being born, and a baby is teething and crawling. So you have to start. You have to crawl before you walk. So my thing is to educate the upcoming generations on learning how to be in a relationship. It would be awfully nice if we had a school, like had an institution, to kind of give us some sort of ideals of choosing spouses or choosing a person that we can connect with. Beware of the red. They call it the red flags. I say
We
beware
talked
of
about that
the
earlier.
signs. Beware of the
Hmm.
signs of people that you think may not be compatible with you, even if you're young, because that's where it all
Hmm.
starts from, is being young.
It
So
does.
from the time you're 14, 15, 16, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, you may have went through 10 relationships, just to get to that relationship that every woman, every man desires. And I think what it is that we have to know our role as young girls, as young ladies, as young women. You're going to learn that from your parents, from your mother, your grandmothers, your aunts. Even if you have to get a book, go to the library and, pick a book on, learning about yourself, learning about relationships. And most of the time, we really don't know about ourselves. We have to really learn ourselves, our triggers, our traumas,
For sure.
learn how to love ourselves, respect ourselves, learn how to carry ourselves. And maybe we can attract, a person that's kind of has the same ideals that you have. As we get older, I think we should learn lessons, but I think us as women, we get into these relationships for longevity. We're not just bouncing from, not saying all women, but many women, we're not bouncing from relationship to relationship. We want to get in a relationship and stay in a relationship. And I'm not saying that men don't want to do that either. You have some men that they just have this appetite for various women, you know. So I think that we need to have some sort of guide or some sort of book that can help the younger girls that's coming up getting involved with these younger boys, and even older women that's in their 20s and 30s, because we have these relationships, and then we wind up having children, and then you're not with the father anymore, and then you get in another relationship and you may have another child or two with that person, and you're not with that person, and then it's kind of, so, and I wouldn't call it a vicious cycle. It's just that we're just learning, we just don't know. But yeah, but I think that we really really need to find out how can we set relationship goals. Like, what is your goal? What do you want in a relationship? What type of man do you want? You know what I'm saying? What do you need to help you with whatever trauma or issues that you have as a young girl, as a young woman? You know, um, it's a
What
lot of
city
things.
you in?
I'm in
Because you can't be in Cincinnati
I'm in
saying all that.
CNC and
You can't quote
Natchez.
nothing up here. Okay,
Shit,
I'm just
sometimes you
saying.
gotta start with what you don't want.
Go ahead, Mama Taylor.
Sometimes.
So, I don't know. First thing I thought about with the comments that you were making was rites of passage.
Yes,
'Cause
that's there
exactly
you go.
what it is.
All right, and that's why I say goals. So that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Is a rites of passage.
And I've been to ceremonies.
Me
I've
too.
actually been initiated in ceremony, and they teach you things about that. But adult rites of passage, youth.
So Mama Tamar is talking about one particular goal that is really really powerful, is a rites of passage. Could you give us a little bit more information on rites of passages?
Sure can. Rites of passage is like if you're like 13, you're a teenager, and you really don't know yourself that well. But in African tradition, men and young women had to learn certain things about ourselves.
Right.
To know what kind of man, how you gonna be, how you should be as a woman, taking care of your house.
Right.
And, is what scripture always says about women when it comes to our home.
Right.
It's so important that we build a real firm household.
Yes.
And we go through an actual ceremony with our children, with the young people, the 13-year-olds.
Yes.
We take them, we show them about nature, because a lot of our youth don't know anything about going out and
Right.
being in the park and stuff like that. They always in the city. They don't
Right.
go anywhere.
Right.
But the rites of passage is a way for a young person to grow to know themselves as an older person, because there's stages that we all go through.
Right. Absolutely.
In our development. And being a teenager, you don't really know a lot.
Right.
But then you got another stage in your life where you're learning and you're having children and you got to teach the children and do all that.
Then you got another stage in your life where your children have been taught
Right.
and they're having their own children, you're a grandparent.
Right.
And then you come another stage in your life
Mhm.
and you're a grandparent and a great grandparent.
Grandparent.
I'm talking about my
Right.
personal experience. But if you can work with the young people about developing,
Y'all should have had her sitting on this couch.
yeah, well,
Can y'all hear?
you don't have to always
Okay,
have
for
an answer.
instance, the 13-year-old for a female. If you don't talk to the female and let them know what their body is doing, because they nipples start getting hard, they're about to come on their period, possibly maybe earlier. So if
That's
you
what it's about.
let them know, for they won't feel embarrassed.
Right.
Because you, as being an adult, you do it too. Let them know I have the same issue. That way they won't feel uncomfortable completely, because every woman goes through this. This ain't just you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it kind of helps, because
That's
sometimes
real.
little girls be messed up, and then you tell them and you show them what they use when it happens.
Right.
Because some people literally be
Don't tell they
don't
Right.
have no idea how to use sanitary napkins.
I didn't either.
Anything. Exactly.
Right.
But that's a
Mhm.
rites of passage,
Right.
right?
All
Right.
of that
It is a
part
rites
You
of
of-
bring the
passage.
women, when you
Right.
teaching the
Yeah,
young
you teaching the young
of
people
what your
what-
body is gonna do. You're gonna
How to
start
budget.
feeling them feelings. I mean,
Right.
keep
Yeah,
it real with them.
sexuality
They gonna
is
start.
a
You gonna
point.
start having them feelings for boys,
Right.
possibly, or this
Right.
yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? So this is how you try to handle it. You kind of try to tread
Teach them
lightly,
about their
but they
life.
won't be out there wild.
Right. That's true.
You know what I mean?
They
To
tell
me,
them about their life and how they should
because
hold
it's normal.
themselves. Yeah,
That way they
because it
won't
is.
I need
feel
more
jacked
paper
up.
towels.
When I was
A lot of
15,
feelings is
I
normal.
even had a cycle.
Right.
15 is
Some
10th
people
grade.
So
Some people 9 and 10.
Yeah.
You teach your
Tamar,
children young about
Mama
that.
Tamar and Efrata is making some real
Teach them very young about their bodies,
real
budgets.
valid points.
And it's
Yeah.
the same thing with a boy. Men have rites of passage supposedly with
And
young
Yeah.
just
boys.
the young
because-
boys, and then
They need it.
the
Yeah.
men
That's
teach
what they
the
should.
young boys
have.
and the grown women like
got
myself.
some
Teach. I had
comments.
class one of the churches one time, and I didn't expect to be the lead, and I wound up being the lead of it, but I got myself a
Greetings.
curriculum. I still
Right.
have it.
Right. So we have some comments.
Just saying, they just saying hello. Hey, y'all.
Hey everybody. Hey,
It's a good
hey,
thing to
peace
know
and
who you
love.
are, your body,
So
yourself.
You have to
Tamar,
teach your children.
Tamar, yeah, I just want to say that our rites of passage used to be so big in a lot of the communities, and I don't know if we still have a rites of passage program
Yes.
here, and
Oh,
we
they
still
do.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I come
Brother
back
Clark.
next week, I'm going to give that information because our children really needs that. And rites of passage starts with learning about the human anatomy, learning how the sexual organs function, and what's the purpose of having breasts. I mean, it's to breastfeed, but some women can't breastfeed. What's the purpose of having a a cycle?
Because they don't produce.
You don't.
milk
Why a woman can't
Sometimes
breastfeed?
they can't produce the milk for the baby.
enough.
I wouldn't say that they can't produce the
Some
milk.
bodies can't. I know people
I'm just
couldn't
I'm
produce
just
it.
saying it depends on some some
Yeah,
babies don't
some
latch
people don't
on,
latch on.
and some women are
babies,
not
I'm sorry.
eating properly so that the milk can
Yeah.
produce. They have it in
It has
there,
a lot to
but
Yeah,
it's not
it has a lot to
producing
do with the
correctly.
woman. Yeah,
Their nutrition has everything. to do with
And then
Yeah.
some women, they don't choose to breastfeed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it
it. And
hurts
they don't
and
understand.
nipples
it's a
get
human,
cracked and
yeah.
They
you
just
know.
want
your nipples your
They don't
nipples
want
is
their
only bleeding. Your nipples are only bleeding for
little
2
while.
weeks, no longer than that,
No longer than that.
and then it's natural,
Well,
right?
some women,
So-
some women's nipples don't bleed.
Yeah, some people don't bleed at all, but
And if it's bleeding, that's because you're not cleaning the breast. You should
Yeah.
use
Yes.
clear water and a little bit of lemon juice, and put a little bit of either olive oil or a little bit of coconut oil or shea butter or a cocoa butter to keep it
I was gonna
moist.
say, I use
Because them
coconut
babies be
because
sucking
I
on them
breastfeed.
nipples like it
yeah,
ain't no
they do.
tomorrow.
They do. They do. So,
So,
and that's more that is more healthy for children though, health and wellness, because that's the best thing for children, and you can actually breastfeed up until your child is 5 years old. But you don't have to do that because they be talking in the school. But I'm saying you can breastfeed. I'm saying you can breastfeed your child up until they're 5. She said 3. My daughter did it almost to 3. So
yeah, I breastfed mine.
I'm saying you can do it up to 5 though. 5 years old.
I want to get back to Tamar and the rites of passage. So, Mama Tamar, so next week, can you make sure you have the information for the rites of passage? Because that will be my number one goal for relationships is to start early and start with rites of passages. Because we don't, because when you're young, we really don't. I was young, and I was a young mother at 17.
I was
pregnant
too.
at
I was
16,
17.
and I didn't know what I was doing. So I think if we can educate our children on their human anatomy, their hormones, how to choose a mate, and make sure that person or that woman, that young girl, that young boy is not abusive. We all have some sort of family trauma. All of us need to heal from something. We bring these trauma relationships. We bring the trauma into our relationships.
I agree.
And a lot of times that's what the relationships are built off of, trauma and sex. Now, most of the time, we don't take the time to date. And when I'm saying dating, I'm not saying being exclusive with one person. You can date. When you're dating, you're just getting to know a person. So I don't see nothing wrong with dating 2 or 3 men, but just don't be having sex with them, because that's not the relationship.
But if
The relation.
if you're trying to get to actually know somebody, you're gonna have to ask questions and counter about it, but they might not want to open up to you unless.
That's cool. That's why you got 2, 3, 4, and 5 in line. That's why you got 2, 3. That's why you got 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's right.
Certain things are hereditary,
absolutely
passed down, generational curses, and therefore you didn't inherit something that they ain't even activated yet by dealing with.
And we don't take our time. My sister said something that was so deep years ago. Yvonne Love, she said this years ago, that we turn a good fuck into a relationship. We have sex and we ask questions later. That we gotta reverse that, because then you having sex with a person that you don't even know nothing about. And the next thing you know, you're pregnant. And you're having a baby with a maniac, or
and he told you he don't want you to have no kid with him.
So we gotta slow down with the sex acts, and let's get to learn each other. What's your favorite color? What type of parents did you come from? How many siblings you got? What's your favorite food? Have you ever been molested? Have you ever been bullied? Do you beat on your siblings? Have you ever raped anybody? These things we need to know.
Right.
And we don't. We go into relationships so blind, and we don't have a clue about the person. So we have to reverse a lot of things that we've been doing for so many generations. They call it generational curses. I don't like calling them curses, because some curses I don't use the word curse.
It really is.
I don't like calling it curse.
It is a curse.
Just saying why I don't like calling it curse, because sometimes curses cannot be broken. So I don't call it a curse. I call it a form of lack of education. I call it a form of ignorance. I call it a form of not being able to tap into common sense and maternal and paternal instinct. You know what I'm saying? And it depends on one thing about us. We was all We was all born here to be who we are, and that's human beings, and that's to learn to love who we are and why we're here. Just like a tree, you have a tree that's going to bear apples. That tree know that it's going to bear apples. It's not going to bear oranges. So that tree is decoded in that tree to bear apples. It's decoded in us to find out who we are, to love ourselves, and to spread that love to whoever we love, whatever children we bring into this world, our neighbors, our sisters, our siblings. That's why our communities and our families are so broken, because we've missed out on so much love of self. We missed out. We missed out so much on loving ourselves that we don't know how to treat and love each other. We need to learn how to tell a man how we want to be treated, how we want to be loved, how we want to be taken care of, how we want to be protected. And most of the time we don't do that. We just jump in relationships and don't know nothing about the person. And next thing you know, you got this monster on your head.
She said you got a monster. I'm sorry. She said next thing you know, you got a monster on your hands. That's deep.
Yeah, because you let sex fuel the whole relationship from jump. That's
And
what
it's
relationship
more
based
than
off sex.
Yeah.
Like soon as, like, oh yeah, like you gonna let him have his way. You gonna still say some women still say
He said you gonna let him have his way.
they still say what they want, how they want to be treated, and he'll try to accommodate those means, but he gonna end up failing because it's not in him
Right.
to actually
Yep.
do it. He just putting up front until
Mm.
that front runs out. Like
We need a microphone in the back. We need a microphone in the back.
until he get tired of doing it, and then when he tired of doing it, you gonna see the real him.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
that's what makes up
So
a lot
right.
of relationships
So
at home.
true.
So I think some of the young gentlemen and young ladies need to take out a journal
He said some
at the
shit.
age of
Y'all said some shit.
14,
You
15,
too. Y'all, this is amazing.
at the age of 14, 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Start while you're young. Start
Mhm.
writing down, the
Mhm.
things that you would like, from
Mhm.
your young boyfriend, how you want to be treated, because a lot of these teenagers, they're going through a lot of domestic violence where the young girls is violent, the young boys are violent, they're assaulting each other, they're killing each other. And that's not what we want.
He's saying it's the music.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of factors.
It's a lot of
That's
things.
why they.
Can I get a piece of paper towel, please?
Music.
So it's so many. I was reading this post the other day, and this brother had made this post. It was pretty powerful, and he was saying that a lot of people are single. I mean, it is. Who all single in this room?
No, I am.
I'm single. You single? You single? You Friday?
No.
She
Okay,
married.
well, me and her, we single. Everybody else is married. But he was saying that it's okay. Well, okay.
We don't want no names. We don't like to put the names on here, really. We don't like to really say the names. We just, yeah.
When you say no last names,
I'm just saying we don't want everybody's name on here, though. She saying everybody's name. We don't need everybody's name on here. That's all I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is that what I'm just saying is that it's a lot of people out here that is single because of bad relationships. And if we can start with our upcoming generation, like I said, I think we really need a brick and mortar. We need a school to help our children and grandchildren navigate through choosing healthy partners. But first, you have to work on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Self-preservation is the first law of nature.
It really is.
And we as children, we really wasn't taught how to love ourselves as children. I'm not saying that my grandmother and grandfather and my mother and father
I was
me.
taught to love myself.
Didn't love me, and I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm not saying that they didn't teach me
I was taught
not to love myself, but I think that it was taboo to talk about a lot of things about sex and talk about
for sure.
molestation in families where that stuff was swept under the rug.
When I raised mine, I told them they was gonna get raped if they did this and did that. I did. They were scared to death about everything.
Our parents didn't teach us how to choose mates. They didn't sit down and say, "Come here, Tamar. Let me tell you something about a man. Let me tell you what not to accept, and let me tell you what to accept." I didn't get that. Not even from my father. So you're supposed to get that from your mother and your father. So that you can at least have an opportunity to choose a healthy partner.
Yeah.
And we don't, it's like we are in relationships through trial and error. We are learning as we go along. Women get in relationships and brothers too, but men that are physically abusive, that are emotionally abusive, verbally abusive, and then we think it's normal. And it's not, because no person has the right to put their hands on you and to inflict pain on you. I did something that was so against my well-being. I whooped my grandson the other day with a belt. And I haven't whooped in years. And I am not an advocate of whipping. But he kept being so disrespectful. He kept talking back. And it was like, and I promise you, it was 10 times. And I said, what do I do? But I didn't whoop him while I was angry. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to spank you. He started laughing. He was like, no, you ain't. I said, okay. So I went downstairs. I walked around, I went downstairs, I got myself together. I said, now, do I go up here and talk to him or do I whip him? And I do not whip, I do not advocate whipping. I went upstairs and got that belt and made him I didn't make him take his clothes off. No. And I striked him about 3 times. I mean, he act like he was dying. Yes. And so let me say this last thing. And so after I whooped him, I didn't have no problems out of him the rest of the day. Yeah. So I don't want to go back to whooping though, but he took me there. He triggered me.
You whooped somebody?
I whooped my grandson and I apologized to him and I hugged him and I held him and I said, I don't ever want you to take me there again. And I was calm when I whooped him. If I would have whipped him while I was angry when he said, no, you ain't, he probably would have got 20 whacks all over. He gonna come downstairs and say, my leg bleed. It wasn't nothing on his. He came downstairs and said, Grandma, my leg bleed. I said, where is it bleed at? But I felt so bad. But I brought that up to say that I don't think that any person has the God-given right to put their hands on another person unless you are defending yourself. Not even children. It says in the Bible, spare the rod, spoil the child. But that doesn't necessarily mean spare the rod, spoil the child doesn't necessarily mean physical. Right. It can be mental, it can be verbal. Like, you don't have to use physical violence to make a child do what you do. That's like when you in school, they get worse. And your teacher tell you when you in school and you get an F, well, that means the teacher should get a damn F too, because you failed that child for a whole quarter and the parent. So that child shouldn't have got an F, because between the parent and the teacher, they should have made sure that child passed that class.
Well, maybe the lines of communication were off dealing with the parent and the teacher at that particular moment.
Well, that's why the child got an F.
And if you sparing that rod too much, you spoiling that child.
Right.
So at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, you're doing that to the child as well. You putting yourself in the category. I'm gonna tell you like it is. Like, so at the end of the day, you can't. It said it in the Bible. Like we going by what Almighty told us to go by in them days. What's going on right now? You spare the rod, you spoil the child. That don't mean whoop them every time they do something. Mm-hmm. That just means chastise them when it's time.
Discipline them. Discipline them.
And it's ways to discipline them nowadays. You take stuff away from them.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
I always got to be beaten.
Yeah, you can't put your hands on the kids. I think it make the kids killers when you beat on them and stuff. They want to kill you. They want to kill the sisters. They want to kill the refrigerator and the stove. They want to kill everything they see. I'm just saying, you can't.
Except for the game, they kill you.
Yeah, they gonna. Yeah. You good? Because we got shit still in. We got to get out of here. Hey, but wait a minute, no, real. The kids, you got to be careful because You could bear you could bear a child, and the kid will kill you over a video game, right? So it's a lot of, you can't abuse kids. Kids different nowadays. Like I know what you having. I know what you having. You having a boy or a girl.
This
You
is so
having,
good, y'all.
it is so good. Hey,
Mama
Tamar.
Mama
Hey,
Tamar
it's so
made
good.
Hey, that's that carrot juice.
this is carrot juice, y'all. It's
We
so
gonna
good.
drink that. Hey,
I
we gonna
start-
be good
But
tomorrow.
anyway, getting back
I already
to
got 20.
getting
Okay,
back
we
to
gonna have to
getting
get. We
getting,
gonna
getting back to the relationship goals, y'all. Let's help our children, and let's guide our grandchildren and our children through healthy relationships. We have to stop this vicious cycle. Some people call it generational curses, so that we can have a healthy community. We have to have healthy relationships. The children have to be healthy, and I'm not just talking about physically, mentally, and spiritually. Physically too.
But
we're
everybody
gonna
raised different.
we're gonna wrap this up
Yes,
on
we
relationship
outta here,
goals,
for sure.
and we're gonna do a little bit on health and wellness, just maybe a few, like 5 minutes. I'm always stressing that y'all drink your herbs, make sure you having a good bowel movement, take your enema, get you a colonic, eat plenty of fresh fruits, veggies, get some fresh air, walk, exercise, meditate. If you're feeling stressed or you're feeling depressed, you know what I'm saying, listen to some good spiritual music on YouTube, like meditation music, nature music, reggae music,
Reggae for
spiritual
sure.
reggae music, jazz music. Take walks in the park. Just try to make an effort to relieve some of the stress, and tap into your inner self. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting cold, the weather is shifting. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Taxes coming. Everybody trying to get in on their taxes. The winter taxes. It's about to be some big fat girls with some nice looking men just for taxes.
Okay, she on something else, but I'm on talking about taxes coming.
No, she said the winter.
Anyway.
Hold on. She said the winter coming and tax time. It's just a joke. When people like to be in the house with women, don't matter who they are, to use them. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I got it. So anyway, hyssop, yellow dock, mullein, eucalyptus, ginger, lemons, black walnut, spearmint, peppermint. These are herb teas you can use to keep the respiratory, open, because kind of cut down on the smoking, try to eliminate the tobacco and use hemp wraps, or I know people love to smoke their marijuana out of tobacco, but kind of give it a little break, because the winter is coming. It's getting cold. Try to wear a hat on your head. Try to have a jacket on. Keep yourself warm. You know what I'm saying? Drink you plenty of water, and try to stay mucus free. Because when that mucus gets up in them sinuses and gets up in that chest, it's hard. It's hard to get rid of. Not a humidifier. A vaporizer is good, that you can put eucalyptus or something mentholated in it to keep the room moist and mentholated, where you can breathe. Clean your nostrils. When you're taking a bath or taking a shower, clean your shower heads, because those, I want y'all to pull up the bacteria that's in them shower heads. I've been taking more baths lately, and I'm doing less and less showers. But baths are a lot more safer, because the shower heads are filled with so much junk. I'll Google it. But
I love taking baths.
keep your nostrils clean, like people, especially people that smokes a lot of cigarettes and marijuana. Keep your nostrils clean. I got this Eva salve by Dr. Sabi. I put a little bit up in my nostrils just to open my sinuses. Keep your ears clean. Keep your navel clean. I'm gonna talk about the navel. The navel is some deep stuff going on with that navel. Keep them navels clean. Yeah. But,
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
She said, yeah. That means something if it's stinking, though.
Yeah.
So keep our health
I'm about
together.
to be
Plenty
out at
of
my
fruit,
neighbor tonight to see.
plenty of leafy vegetables,
clean up.
salads,
Yeah, shit out of mine.
less starch, less meat,
Mm-hmm.
meditation, love up on your family, your children. Let's forgive. You know, let's get rid of the animosity, because I'm gonna be talking about the family dynamics maybe next week, because the families are so broken apart, and I really want to touch on healing my own family. You know what I'm saying? I got a big family here in Cincinnati, and we don't have family reunions. You got some family members that mess with some family members and don't mess with the other family members. And it's we got to do better.
Maybe they will. Maybe if they will, if they come together.
That's deep to say that, because they only come together doing funerals.
Y'all hear that?
We're gonna talk about that too next time on Day to Day. But it's Day to Day Aftermath with Tamar Tafari. We love this.
y'all.
Love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. We out of here. We got so much to talk about, because that was wonderful. That was wonderful. Like, that was amazing what you said. You hear me? Like, that's deep. We got to continue. Like, that is something to always continue to talk about, because it ain't never going nowhere. Family and health and wellness and relationship goals, all that, never going nowhere.
All right, y'all. Until next strength. They say next week. Next strength. Y'all be
Next
safe.
strength. Next strength.
Yeah, we gonna bet.
Where did this energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? This frequency. Where did this energy come from? Yeah. These vibes are high. This energy, this frequency makes you feel crazy. These vibes so right, make you feel so free. This frequency, this energy. Where did this